Hi, everyone. As all of you already know, my name is Tania. And I want to present you our new colleague, Stefano, is there. He's going to replace Javi because Javi decided to leave us. So we have Stefano now, and we are going to be in charge of the network, okay? Well, as all of you know, each month we have one volunteer, and if anyone wants to be volunteer for the next month, please let Stefano or myself know, okay? At the end, you have to remain silent because if not, the noises is going to be crazy this, and we are not going to be able to hear Shalini. And at the end, if anyone wants have a question, we can have questions to Shalini and she can answer us, okay? If you want, we can present all. We are not a lot, so can we start with Shalini that she's going to present? Can you present yourself? Just name and company, please.
Should I start?
Yes.
Tanya?
No, just present yourself.
Hello, everyone.
Just present
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. This is Shalini from Worldline Logistics, India.
Okay, Alfredo.
He's on mute.
Yes. Turn your microphone on, please.
Alfredo Samartino, and trying to be ready, sorry. Alfredo Samartino from Smart Logistics, Argentina.
Okay, Bruno, please. Hi, Bruno.
Hello, I'm Bruno for CUS International, Brazil.
Hi. John? No, your microphone.
Okay. Sorry. John Montesinos, Ashram Freight in Toronto, Canada.
Thank you. Kathy?
I'm sorry. Hello, everyone. This is Casey from BFR in Korea.
Thank you. Jose?
Hello, everybody. I am Jose Vargas from Fusion World Logistics in Asunción, Paraguay.
Adri?
Hello, I'm Adriana Van Narken from Nova Comics, Colombia.
Okay. Matt Van, please.
The microphone.
Yes, your microphone, please.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. How are you? So this is Madhavan from Blue Force Logistics, Malaysia.
Okay, thank you.
Hi.
Oluwasen? I hope I do better this time.
Yeah, my name is Oluwaseun Oyeshile from Rubicon Services Limited, Nigeria.
Thank you. Oliver?
Hi, Olivier from TCI Logistics in France.
Thank you. Andrea?
Buongiorno, everybody. Andrea Coppola from Mint in Italy.
Thank you. And Rafael? Hi, Rafael.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Rafael from Dominican Republic, World Trade Logistics.
Okay, I think we are all ready. No one is missing. Okay, so this time we are going to, Shalini, our colleague Shalini is going to present the overdimensional logistics and transport topic from Worldline Logistics India. And I want to comment that the next month, our idea is to make a brainstorming with, I hope, all members for ideas to this network for the next year. What to expect, what do you need, what do you want, what can we do? Okay, all together. So I hope everyone can be there in the next workshop. Okay, so Shalini, please start and good luck.
Yeah. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. I'm Shalini from Worldline Logistics, and thank you WWCA for giving me the opportunity to present a very interesting topic in front of the esteemed members of the network. I'll share the screen with you for in order to go ahead with this. Yeah, I hope everybody can see this. Okay. My company's name is Worldline Logistics Private Limited from India. And Worldline Logistics presents a guide to economic and effective management of ODC cargo. About us, in brief, we, Worldline Logistics Private Limited India, is an organization founded by two experts in the freight forwarding industry, having more than 25 years of experience. Our directors, Mrs. Mary Manu and Mr. Leslie Swami. They both have started this company from scratch, and they have reached a level where we can proudly say that we have been handling logistics in a very smooth and cost-effective manner. And we handle all sorts of shipments, or maybe you may call it as the normal cargo, the DG cargo, the hazmat cargo, the reefer cargo, the ODC cargos, and everything. And I have recently joined the Worldline Logistics. I too have an experience of 20 plus years in the industry. So we are located in the city of Mumbai, which is the biggest economic hub of India. We are having a good team of associates all over India and technically experienced team. We are ready to handle all types of shipments to and from India. Now, what is an ODC cargo? In simplest terms, ODC or overdimensional cargo is that which protrudes outside the loading deck of the vehicle transporting the cargo. By saying that anything about 20 or 40 feet length, 7.85 or 8.85 feet in height, and 7.7 feet in width is classified as an overdimensional cargo. The overdimensional cargo gets transported in flat racks. It can be collapsible and non-collapsible, both flatbeds and open tops. Majorly, flat racks are used as collapsible, so that if in case at the last minute, if the length becomes a little bit longer, so maybe when the dimensions are not set properly, when there is a miscommunication between shipper and us, that time we are able to use the collapsible flat racks. Then by qualifying a cargo as ODC and imposing regulations over carriage of ODC, government's aim is to avoid any unsafe practices and accidents. What are the goods shipped as ODC? It may include anything, as I said, as anything which is protruding outside the normal deck of the cargo, the container. So cargo such as heavy machineries, power transformers, heavy turbines, rotors and stators, windmills, rail metro coaches, coils, cable drums, infrastructure material, heavy duty cranes and construction equipment, power transformers, long girders, mining equipments, boilers, windmill blades, and nacelles. Now, what are the costs included in ODC movement? The very foremost important thing is government permission. Every overdimensional cargo requires a permission from the state authorities before plying on the road. The permission takes 3 to 4 days to obtain, so pickup planning needs to be arranged well in advance. This permission and costs are taken care of by the transport provider itself. Transport. The second major thing is the transport thing. Half of our burden is relieved when the transportation part is taken care of. A well managed and well structured logistic plays a very crucial role in handling of an overdimensional cargo. So it is important to choose the right transport provider to ensure hassle-free movement of cargo within the stipulated time frame and also the quality of the service. The next part comes is the loading and unloading. The loading and unloading which takes place may require hydra, forklift, cranes as per the capacity and dimension of the cargo. So this loading and unloading needs to be arranged at the shipper's premises, at the shipper's factory, and also at the container freight station or the custom bonded warehouse where it is going to be unloaded. Container freight station, customs bonded warehouse. This includes the space rent, which would be taken when we are on unloading the cargo in the customs bonded warehouse. Then the empty placement of the containers, handling and stuffing, and the transport of the loaded container to the terminal. Next comes the choking and lashing, the securing of the cargo. This depends on the size, weight, and placement of cargo on the flat rack or the OT. After everything, the choking, lashing, and the empty placement and customs formalities are done, then comes the very important factor in ODC handling is the survey. Carrier appointed surveyor surveys the securing of cargo and issues survey certificate only if he finds the cargo lashed as per vessel operator's norms. And not to forget the shipping line. The freight rate of cargo differs from the regular sea freight rate, and is calculated based on the cargo dimension, weight, being transported, and the slot loss. Points to ensure before arranging pickup of ODC cargo. We need to first of all be very, very sure about the type of cargo and the dimension of the cargo. Then comes the road transit time. How much time it is going to be taken when it is being picked up from the shipper's factory and being brought to the load port. Then facilities available at shipper's factory for loading and securing of cargo. When the cargo is picked up, loaded on the transporter's vehicle, we have to be very sure about the securing. If the securing is not done properly, it may damage en route to the port. So it is very important that shipper's factory has the facilities for loading as well as securing of the cargo. Then comes the vehicle criteria to pick up the cargo. It is very important. Many a times it is noticed that the shippers are not providing the correct information. At that time, we need to be very sure to call for pictures of the cargo to know what type of vehicle we are going to deploy to pick up the cargo. And then proper coordination with the transporter while cargo is in transit. And of course, not to forget the road and weather conditions. Now, what arrangements need to be done at CFS, the loading and unloading facility? So here you can see this is one of the cargo which we handled recently of Depco Logistics of our network. We have handled their flanges shipment. So instead of taking out any pictures from the website or from the internet, we thought we would better put pictures what we have for the shipment, what we have had already handled. So here is how the cargo is being unloaded with the forklift and the hydra, and sometimes even the cranes are required. And here is how it is secured, lashed, and also it is covered with tarpaulin so that it does not the rainwater or the sea water does not affect the cargo. And here is the survey report, which the carrier appointed surveyor gives the information that the cargo has been lashed properly and how much it is protruding outside, what is the whether on both sides or on one side, or how is it lashed and properly. Once he issues the certificate, only then we are able to move the loaded container from the custom bonded warehouse to the loading terminal. Shed facility as per cargo dimension. Where the shed which we are using, it should be very well properly secured, and also with the camera and CCTV camera arrangements and everything. Then lashing and choking, as I've already said, it's very important. Depending on the nature of the cargo, the lashing and choking it needs to be done, and the securing of the cargo. Then comes the survey, and then timely movement of loaded container to the terminal. Customs and shipping line formalities. Customs documentation, as we say, if all the necessary documents are given by the shipper, are already issued by the shipper, wherein what customs requires for the export of the cargo, then this particular part, customs documentation and customs carrier guidelines, is very easy to manage it as far as the customs is concerned. So whatever documentation is required is asked by the customs. If the shipper provides it on timely basis, then it takes half a day to clear to do the custom clearance and finish it. And then comes the vessel planning. Once the cargo, what we normally do is we plan the cargo well in advance so that we don't miss the vessel planning in any case. So it's better to that we plan the cargo well in advance. Coordination after vessel departs and cargo in transit and arrival. So ETD of vessel, onboard confirmation, all necessary documents are shared with shipping line and also our overseas partner. Coordination with overseas partner on tracking and vessel arrival, prompt updates on the shipment status on regular basis. ODC shipments handled by Worldline Logistics. We have handled the following commodities so far. It is tollway equipments, mining equipments, cable drums, coils, construction equipment such as turbines, JCBs, cranes, etc., flanges, windmills. Now, what is the take of India on ODC traffic? India's future on ODC traffic. Make in India has fueled the growth of ODC packages. As India is taking larger steps towards mammoth projects, ODC movement will be much more frequent. This also implies that infrastructure will develop accordingly. Given the growth rate, it will not take long for these developments to come into shape. The industry is already on a rapid growth upwards, and this trend is set to continue in the near future. Though we are behind the West in facilitating the movement of ODC, the rising demand of cargo movement will facilitate growth in an effective way. So that's it from you. Thank you very much. The presentation is over here.
Thank you, Shalini. Okay, so we can start the questions. Who have any question? No one? This is good. This was really clear with no questions. Anyone has any question? I can see that we are more. No? Andrea.
I have a question.
Alfredo first.
Okay, first, Alfredo, please start.
Okay,
next.
sorry.
No.
No problem. I have a question. Which is the, Shalmi, which is the biggest difficulty that you have found with the shipping lines? That means the way for dealing regarding the tariff, the ocean shipments, that maybe it is much more facility with any specific shipping line, which is much more friendly for ODC. Which have you find? That is your comments will be appreciated. Thank you.
Yes, sir. The friendliest shipping line is Maersk, of course, but Maersk and Safmarine are the most expensive carriers as of now. They are very friendly in handling and making the arrangements and allotting the containers and giving freights on time and everything. The surveyor is also on time. But the majority of the times the shipments don't go to Maersk and Safmarine is because of the rates. The rates are extremely high. So when we go and sit in comparison with other lines such as CMA, MSC, then Worldline, Costco, the rates are very cheaper as compared to the Maersk and Safmarine lines. So we mostly do with CMA. Though CMA's customer service is not so very good, their response is not so very good, but their freight is extremely workable.
Thank you.
Welcome. John, please.
Shalini, what out of India export? What's the largest markets? Europe, Latin America, North America? What kind of stats do you have?
So majority we have done in West Africa. because as we all know, West Africa is still developing. There are the infrastructure is still developing. There are lots of hospitals being set up, lots of offices being set up, and as we all know, West Africa majority they have lots of imports coming in from India. So we have exported lots of cargo, ODC cargo to West Africa, and sometimes the Latin America, and sometimes USA as well. Majority is West Africa.
Just to give you an insight, in my past, I worked for a project forwarder here in Canada, pretty much handling imports or exports worldwide. So I've had some experience out of India. So for example, India has Vestas Indias, which is the world's largest windmill manufacturer, based out of Denmark, but main offices are in Italy. So they manufacture in the Chennai area, and from there they ship all the like 100 feet, 90 feet long windmill towers all over the world. I had the luck of handling a couple of shipments from India to North America, to Canada, and to the US. But I think that my recommendation for our network is that maybe we can put our heads together, the agent in India, Italy, or Canada, or anywhere else, and find out where these projects are being done. And then we can put all like a package together that we can go and offer certain importers or exporters. I still have a contact with Vestas. I work at a small Canadian forwarder. So for us to make a presentation to a Vestas on my own would be impossible. But with the help of partners in Italy or India, we might be able to put our three heads together and make a very sound presentation. I know Andrea has quite a bit of experience with Mint. I don't know what the wind power, but Italy is a huge maker. Vestas actually manufactures out of an area in Italy where shipments go all over the world, right? But the same as for Latin America. Latin America's windmill power are being done in all countries: Argentina, Chile, Peru. So there might be something that we can put our heads together and make like a group presentation to these big projects, in my opinion, anyways.
Sure, sir. That would be really helpful, to generate business, and also when many heads come together and we give a good presentation with an expertise and experience coming in along with it, it will become easier for the person for the exporter and the importer to decide to come to a conclusion.
Thank you, John. Andrea?
Yes, thank you, Shalini, for this nice presentation. Was very clear, and even for somebody who is not very, into this field as me, because I'm not too much experience in this, it was pretty clear. I only have one question about the lashing, because lashing is always, according with my the short experience and like a rare experience that I had with over-dimensional cargo, lashing is always like a kind of complicated thing, because sometimes it's at shipper's care, sometimes it's at buyer's care. So in case of X Works, then it is the freight forwarding company that must arrange lashing, and it's always like something very complicated to do. So my question is, when are the cases in which lashing is at shipper's care comparing to those where lashing is on like forwarders care to be arranged and coordinated. Do you know that there is any like common rule about this?
Yes, sir. There are major, there are big manufacturers who have factory stuffing permission. That is where they can, stuff and arrange the lashing and choking, and also the carrier surveyor is also appointed there at their factory to survey the cargo. In such cases where the factory stuffing permission is already there with the manufacturer, in such cases it is not it is the shipper's criteria to handle, to do the lashing and choking and all the other stuff which we would be doing in normal cases. But majority of the cargo is CFS stuffing, the dock stuffing, majority. So it is most of the times in the hands of the forwarder to arrange everything, most of the times. It's only with very big manufacturers where they have factory stuffing permission. That too it becomes difficult in certain cases, because the road transit, as you know, the infrastructure of India is really, really bad. So in such cases, even the bigger manufacturers, they avoid factory stuffing. They prefer sending the cargo to the docks, get the cargo lashed and choked as per the carrier's requirement. Because most of the times it so happens that during the transit itself, the lashing and the choking gets loosened up. So in order to avoid the double lashing and choking expenses, because this is one of the major expenses in the ODC cargo, lashing and choking, major expenses.
May I make only a short comment?
Yes.
And as per my experience, the sales conditions is one of the decisions that, one of the considerations that we have to bear in mind. If it is as works, and will be paid by the consignee, so, and we are the freight forwarders, we are in the middle. On the other side, if it is FCA, CFS, so if that is the case, it is supposed that the responsibility is the shippers. But we are in the middle. So from my experience, I always try to get two things. The first one is to get the surveyor certification that the lashing of the product to the flat rack or to the flatbed, it is already in my hands. I solve two problems there. One is the responsibility with the shipping line, because most of the cases, the shipping line asks for a surveyor because they want to be sure that the cargo on board the vessel will be very well secure. And the second one is with the insurance. If we have the certification and the surveyor certificate, so we are protected. We are doing the things regarding the instructions given from someone else. So that is very important for us. And also something that it is not minor, it is the insurance. Many times, the insurance company or the shipper or the consignee say, no. We got the insurance. So we have the insurance, and the insurance is from door to door. And if that is the case, what happens here in Argentina, basically, is that the truck company asks for exhibition of responsibility. Because you know that when something happens, the responsibility with the cargo, the truck company has a very small protection. What happens is the truck company or whatever doesn't want to be involved in that situation if something happens to a product that generally is very expensive. So they ask us for the exhibition of responsibility. That means a clause in the insurance policy that says that the truck company so-and-so, it has no responsibility, and that the insurance company won't go against that truck company. The problem that we face here is if I am in Argentina and if I hire an insurance policy, that the company here provide us with the exhibition of responsibility. But if we are working with a colleague that is overseas or with a consignee or whatever, they say, we have the insurance, but we do not have the exhibition of responsibility. because many cases, the companies overseas, insurance companies overseas, doesn't know about that. My experience was that, in fact, there are brokers, insurance brokers, very important, like, for example, Marsh, that they are all over the world. And yes, the broker goes and pushes the insurance company for provide the exhibition of responsibility. So we are in the middle. I think that we will never have the possibility of running out of the problem. We are in the middle. So in any claim, any insurance claim, we will notify surely for anything, any damage, whatever. So I think that the insurance policy, the protection, and the surveyor certificate, it is, from my point of view, is mandatory in order to show that we did the lashing contracted by us was properly done, international rules, someone, not ourselves, has put in black and white that the lashing is correct, and also that was accepted by the shipping line. So that's it.
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone want to ask anything else?
John?
John.
Me? I have just one comment regarding North America. I don't know if there's any North America agents here. Here in the US and Canada, the lashing and securing is almost 99.9 done at the terminals where they receive the cargo. Because what happens is every shipping line has a different lashing and securing rules, especially in North America. We move a lot of cargo on rail as well. So an OT or a flat rack will move on rail. The railway has its own securing and lashing requirements. The shipping line has their own, and the terminal. So what the shipping lines will do on OOG cargo export is that they want us to do the lashing and securing at the terminal because it's done the proper way, done by terminal operators that know the shipping line, Maersk, Hamburg Süd, MSC, etc. So in Montreal, for example, Canada's largest port, all lashing and securing is done within the terminal. Baltimore, New Jersey, like for specifically RoRo ships, any lashing securing is done by the terminal in Baltimore, which is our major U.S. export port for RoRo cargo, for over-dimensional. The other one is New Jersey, out in Newark. So those are the what happens in North America, just so that you know. Also, if you deal with very large players like a GE, for example, GE Power or Vestas or any of the big machinery guys, they usually have their own insurance policies. And they have a worldwide insurance policy. What we do as forwarders, and most forwarders in North America, is we will ask them in writing to provide us with a clause saying that their insurance is covered by themselves. And sometimes we even ask them to give us a copy of that because they are asking if any damages, even though it's their responsibility, the forwarder who handled the shipment has to go out and send the letters of claim to all the parties involved. Because as Alfredo said, we are in the middle. So we are coordinating a trucking, an ocean, et cetera, et cetera. So they, even though they own the policy, they still want us to coordinate, even though we have no responsibility. So that's kind of a function that we do for projects. You know, we usually try to sell insurance, but for example, our company, our liability is we really don't want to sell export project insurance. It's just too risky. It doesn't make enough money. Policies by the big boys, usually they have their own, you know, worldwide policy. So that's how it works in our area.
Thank you, John. Okay, anyone wants to make some comment, ask something, add something to this? No one? Okay, so we can done this for concluded. Thank you so much for being here. I can see the faces that every workshop are here, and thank you. And well, I'm going to repeat the topic of the next workshop because I think it's important for everyone. The next workshop will be, we want to do a brainstorming with all the members for the next year, for the network for the next year. What do you expect? What do you want? What do you need? We need ideas because we need to become stronger to have more business for everyone, and we need your ideas, all of your ideas. So I hope that everyone here will participate, and everyone that are not here participate too. Okay, we are going to see the best hour to do this, so most of you can be here. And thank you so much for the ones that are always here supporting and participating in everything. Thank you so much, Shalini, for doing
Thank you,
this.
Tanya. Thank you, Tanya, and thank you very much, WWCA, for giving me an opportunity to present this interesting topic.
Thank you. And if anyone have a topic for the next workshop after the brainstorming, please let us, my colleague Stefano, that is there, and or myself know. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, and have a lovely week.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.